In the sleepy Midwest town of Ravenwood in the summer of 1984, dawn broke like any other. Cornfields stretched to the horizon and morning routines unfolded at a gentle pace. Neighbors greeted each other on quiet streets, unaware that darkness was about to descend. By 10:30 a.m., Ravenwood's only bank was packed with tellers and customers when suddenly the tranquility shattered with gunfire. Small Midwestern towns live up to the image of the girl next door, peaceful, unassuming, and safe. That same ordinary morning in Ravenwood became the stage for a story no one could have imagined. An everyday bank heist was about to spin into the most twisted robbery the country had ever seen. Two masked figures burst through the doors of Ravenwood National Bank. The taller one, Miles Carrow, swung a pump-action shotgun. His partner, Lucas Reed, brandished an automatic pistol. "Hands on the floor," Miles barked, voice steely from years of hard living. The tellers and customers dropped immediately. Time seemed to stretch into slow motion. The robbers worked with startling precision. Miles took the bank vault's triple combination lock, old technology from another era, and began turning the dial. Lucas forced the manager and a teller toward the vault door. "Open it now," Miles growled. The vault clicked open with a final turn. The men loaded cash into two heavy canvas duffel bags, methodically transferring the bank's reserves into their haul. Not a single cashier dared to look up or move. Inside the bank, it was chaos controlled. Later reports would show one robber forced the bank manager down to the basement vault while the other stood guard in the lobby. In fact, federal records note that a lookout stayed in the main lobby monitoring a radio scanner tuned to police channels. Miles even had a walkie-talkie headset, listening into emergency frequencies. Miles checked the scanner. Sirens were wailing at the outskirts of town. He shut it off. "They know, Lucas," he whispered. "The fuzz are on the way," he added through gritted teeth. Panic rippled across the room. Lucas's eyes widened. Just then, the bank's alarm shrieked. Lucas panicked. "We gotta move!" he screamed, hefting a sack over his shoulder. Miles raised his shotgun and fired. The glass pane above the entrance exploded. Officer Tanner, first on the scene, ducked behind the drive-through window. He took a bullet in the leg, but managed to return fire. Sirens blared as other police cars screeched into the parking lot. A second barrage of gunshots cracked through the air. Splinters flew. One customer screamed as Lucas pumped rounds from behind the teller counter. The world turned sideways for a heartbeat. Then Miles and Lucas bolted for the exit. They raced out of the bank, weaving between stunned witnesses. Lucas flung open the doors to the parking lot. A battered two-door Oldsmobile sat idling, their getaway car. With a final cry of desperation, Miles and Lucas tumbled into the car and sped away, tires screeching into the horizon. Behind them, the bank's lights flickered, and smoke curled from shattered windows. In the aftermath, detectives found one officer with a graze on his ankle and 17 spent .30 caliber shell casings on the parking lot pavement. A quick search of the crime scene turned up a single piece of evidence. An empty canvas money bag tossed near the corner where Miles had fired his rifle. It seemed they'd dropped it in the rush. Within minutes, state troopers blocked every highway out of Ravenwood. On the bank's bulletin board, a police sketch of Miles Carrow went up. When the abandoned Oldsmobile was found on a dirt road near the county line, canine units tracked fresh footprints to a derelict barn. Ravenwood PD buzzed with activity. Inside the car, officers discovered both canvas duffel bags. One was empty, the other half full of crisp bills, still marked with yellow dye stains. A police scanner sat on the back seat, tuned to Ravenwood PD, silent now except for static. A crimson bandana, damp with blood, lay crumpled on the floor. It looked like Lucas had been hit. As detectives processed the evidence, an even stranger mystery emerged. The Oldsmobile's license plate registered to a traveling salesman's car from a neighboring state. A dead end. Surveillance footage later revealed Miles and Lucas had switched vehicles on the move. The pair had abandoned the Oldsmobile at a deserted farm and jumped into a dark sedan, the perfect vanish act. Detective Sarah Hughes, a sharp-minded cop, pieced together the timeline. The police scanner clue told her something critical. Whoever planned the heist knew exactly when units would arrive. That level of foresight meant this wasn't a random amateur job.
Back at the bank,
Security footage was reviewed frame by frame. One freeze frame caught a detail. Beneath Miles's mask, a flash of a unique tattoo. It matched an ex-military insignia that investigators recognized. Miles had been seen in Ravenwood before, not as a customer, but as a grizzled maintenance man who always wore sunglasses. Meanwhile, Lucas Reed turned out to be no stranger either. A handwriting analyst recognized his note from a bulletin on a long missing person case. Lucas was really Detective Lucas Harper from Des Moines, a missing cop who vanished during a corruption sting. Sarah felt a chill. Had Lucas turned rogue? Or was something even more twisted happening behind the scenes? As Sarah dug deeper, the truth began to unravel. The robbery wasn't about the money at all. Confidential files hinted that something far more dangerous was hidden in the vault. Miles Carrow hadn't stolen the cash for himself. He was after something else entirely. Sarah discovered that Miles had once worked undercover as a state agent. Lucas Harper had been his partner until months ago, when Lucas uncovered a ring of corruption linking local bankers and officials. Just before Lucas could testify, he disappeared without a trace. In Ravenwood, Lucas had secretly set Miles up, but Miles turned the tables to protect his own secrets. Miles had rigged a hidden camera in the vault. He retrieved a stack of surveillance tapes Lucas had left there, documenting the conspiracy. When Lucas realized Miles was changing the plan to secure the evidence, tempers flared. The final confrontation came that night, at a farm north of town. Sarah would later find one bullet cartridge at the scene, fired from Lucas's own gun. The final twist hit Ravenwood like a thunderbolt. Lucas Harper was found wounded but alive, claiming Miles shot him in cold blood. Miles himself had vanished into the night with the tapes and the truth. It turned out Miles had orchestrated the perfect double cross. He wasn't after money. He'd been hunting evidence. By dawn, the town was buzzing. News vans arrived. Every true crime fan from Omaha to Chicago tore into the story. The Ravenwood robbery became tabloid fodder, with headlines screaming about betrayal and cover-ups. The legend of Ravenwood's heist was cemented in late-night talk shows. Detective Hughes kept Lucas alive in the hospital. From his ICU bed, Lucas managed to whisper the truth. He got away with the tapes, the evidence. I couldn't stop him. Sarah stared at the ceiling. In Ravenwood, where everyone thought they were safe, the lines between hero and villain had blurred completely. In a place where everyone felt safe, Ravenwood's darkest secrets spilled into the open. The most twisted bank robbery wasn't about money at all. It was a deadly gamble for truth. For true crime enthusiasts like you, Ravenwood's tale is a gripping reminder. Even the most familiar places can hide unimaginable darkness. So now you know, what looked like a simple robbery in the heartland of America was never about the money. It was about truth, betrayal, justice twisted beyond recognition, and a town that will never sleep the same again. Miles Carrow, gone. The tapes, still missing. The question that haunts Ravenwood to this day isn't where he went. It's how many people helped him disappear. Because in this story, everyone had something to hide. If you found this story as mind-bending as we did, hit like, tap subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. Because this is just one of many mysteries we're unmasking on Masterminds Unmasked. Heist Files. Comment below. Do you think Miles was a hero? Or just another thief playing a longer game? Until next time, stay sharp, stay safe, And never assume the truth is what it seems.